everybody, this is Lee with Creative Two-Time Mom, and this video is going to be all about saving money in your kitchen. So this video is part of a collab that is hosted by the YouTube Mommy Meetup on Facebook. I will link down below the Facebook page if you want to check it out. It's a group of us YouTubers who just collab together and we create opportunities to do videos together. It's really a lot of fun. And this month's subject was budgeting. Now for me, the easiest and best place for me to budget is in my kitchen. It can be the biggest money waster or it could be the biggest money saver for me. So I want to share with you just some of the tips and tricks that we've learned throughout the years on how to save money in our kitchen. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is meal planning. We all hear it all the time. We should be meal planning. Everybody tells us, hey, do you have a meal plan? But what is so great about having a meal plan? Well, there's a couple of things that it does for our family. It helps us to stay healthy. It keeps me very mindful about what I am cooking and what I'm putting into my body. It keeps us on budget, and that's the thing that I want to talk to you about today. How does it keep us on budget? Well, for one thing, if I have a meal plan and I shop off my meal plan, it keeps me from those last minute trips to the grocery store. And what am I going to do on a last minute trip to the grocery store? I'm going to spend more gas, and I'm actually going to spend more money on groceries because I'm probably going to have a couple of impulse buys in there. The less that I walk through the grocery store doors, the less money I'm actually going to be spending, and the less time I'm going to be spending. We all know what it's like at dinner time. We've got to get the food on the table, especially if you've got kids. So time and money are at an absolute premium. The other way that it saves me money is by meal planning and creating a grocery list. I can go to my pantry, I can go to my cupboards and say, I already have this, this, and this. I don't need to buy it anymore because I've already prepared for what I'm going to be cooking that night. I already know what I'm going to be cooking, I know what I have available to me, and I'm not going to be overbuying. The third way that it saves me money to meal plan is by utilizing what I actually do buy. If I go out and shop for a meal and I put the produce into my fridge or I put that item into my pantry and then I forget about it, I've wasted that food because I don't know how many times I've gotten into my refrigerator and thought, oh, this is that cucumber that was from how many weeks ago and it is no longer any good. So I end up throwing money away. By meal planning, it eliminates that because I'm using what I actually bought. I'm seeing it on my schedule, I'm seeing it on my menu, and it's reminding me, hey, I picked up a cucumber for the kids' lunch. I need to cut that up and I need to serve it instead of scrambling looking for something else. So those are the three main ways that meal planning really saves us money. And I know a lot of people think meal planning and they get scared. Oh, I'm going to be locked into a meal. I feel like meal planning for us really brings a lot of freedom because if I don't want to cook a particular item that night, I don't, but I can look at the list and see what else is available in my pantry and my refrigerator, and it gives me the freedom to kind of pick and choose and move based on somebody's schedule if a work meeting comes up or something. So it really actually allows us a lot of freedom in our meals. The other thing I would encourage you is to really pay attention and be mindful of what you spend on items in the store. Know your price points. My husband does all the grocery shopping for me. I'm super blessed. And one of the things that he has noticed is that we do family movie night pizzas on Friday night every week. And we do homemade pizza. Well, he's found that the pizza sauce goes on sale about every 5 to 6 weeks. It saves him an extra quarter for every jar of pizza sauce that he buys. So as he's watched the sales cycle, when it goes on sale, he picks up 6 jars of pizza sauce, we put it in the pantry, and it saves us on making our pizza every week. The other thing we've found is bread. Bread has a sales cycle. If you pay attention to your price points in the store, you can watch and find out when it's on sale. You can easily freeze bread, and that's what we do. We buy several loaves at a time, throw it in the deep freeze out in the garage, and then it's available to us on the weeks that it's not on sale. So both of those items in particular have saved us a lot of money. If you watch your price points in the store and you watch for the sales, then you'll kind of start to see a rhythm and see when they go on sale, how often, how much you need to stock up on a particular item so that you have it available to you and you're not paying full price. While we're on the idea of meals, let's talk about meatless meals. Are you a family that eats a lot of meat? Now, I'm not a vegetarian. We really love our meat in this house. In fact, one of my kids' favorite meals is when we just grill out hamburgers. They love it. But we've found that it is really expensive to buy a lot of meat, and it's an easy budget saver if you just learn to not cut out the meat, but have it on the side. One of the things we'll do is we will grill chicken and make salad with it. We will do like a Chinese chicken salad, so we're filling up with the greens and the vegetables and having the chicken kind of on the side. We'll do BLTs, so we're still eating bacon, but we're having sandwiches and filling up on other things. Really experiment. See what your family enjoys. Is there a way that you can cut down the meat in your recipes? One of the other things I do, I have my crock pot sitting over here. We make pasta visual. It's one of our family's favorite dishes. It's great for this rainy weather, but the recipe calls for a pound of hamburger. A pound of hamburger is not a whole lot when you're cooking 10, 12 servings. But I found I can actually cut that in half. I use a half pound of hamburger in my pasta visual. It's so loaded with beans and vegetables and pasta that nobody notices how the meat has been cut down, and we still really love it. So little things like that, you can start to cut back on your budget, and you'll be amazed how much money it will save you. Do you have a night that you want to just try doing a vegetarian meal? Try doing vegetarian pizza. Vegetarian pizza is super easy. It tastes great because you've still got the bread, the sauce, and the cheese. And it's an easy way to save on just clipping out the pepperoni for a week. See if you like it. Get on Pinterest. There's all kinds of ideas out there on ways that you can reduce the meat in your diet or just eliminate it altogether, and it will be a huge budget saver. Okay, let's talk about meals on the go. A lot of us have kids that are in school and have lunch boxes. This is my daughter's. Of course, it's Brave. And lunch boxes are an easy way to cut money in the kitchen because you're not constantly buying a lunch sack. I know a lot of people don't, but just in case you still do, remember, this is a little bit of an investment up front, but it will pay you back in the long run. The other thing is sandwich boxes. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. They are BPA free. Each of my kids has a sandwich box. Comes with a lid, a little box. A lot of times we will use these if we're going on a field trip. Like today we're going on a field trip. So I would pack sandwiches in these boxes instead of putting in a Ziploc. And it actually, I don't know. When you put a sandwich in a Ziploc, a lot of times you get that mushy bread thing. This will save your sandwiches. The other thing you can do, I have a couple up in the cupboard, is you can get like reusable bags for snacks. So cheddar bunnies, trail mix, dried fruit, even things like carrots and celery sticks. You can put them in the reusable snack bags that can just be popped into your dishwasher and used again and again. You're eliminating waste and you're eliminating money waste as well. So those are two great ways to budget in your kitchen. These are incredibly inexpensive, so this is an easy fix. The snack bags, if you get the zipper ones, or we have some with some heavy duty Velcro, I think they're from Mixed Bag Designs. I'll link them below. They kind of are an initial investment, but they will absolutely save you in the long run. The other thing that is great about this, you guys know that we go down to visit our family a whole lot. We're probably on the road at least once a month going to see family. And the kids are always hungry. So how can I save money in the car instead of stopping by McDonald's or Taco Bell or just grabbing something on the road? I can actually pack what we have in our pantry. We pack apples, we pack sandwiches, we pack pretzels and snack stuff, and then we can still stay on the road. The kids aren't complaining in the backseat, and I'm not spending money in the drive-thru. Another way that we're saving money on the go too is that you guys saw in our meal videos last spring that the kids were playing baseball, and a lot of times those games coincided with dinner time, and it can be very easy to rack up the money at the concession stand. So I would use things like this big Tupperware, and I would pack Chinese chicken salad and some plates, or I would pack BLTs in here, or if we were doing BLTs or wraps, we do wraps a lot, I would also pack a big container of cut up pineapple or cut up melon, and that would be our dinner, so that we weren't running out and spending $20, $30 at the concession stand. Now there was nights that we did, and that in my mind was just a part of supporting Little League. We did spend money at the concession stand, but this really saved us from going overboard throughout the season when we were having 3 or 4 games a week. This was a huge money saver for us. The other thing I would encourage you is, what can you start making from scratch? A lot of times we will make a loaf of fresh bread as the crock pot is going, and we'll have bread and soup for dinner. That's a really easy meal for us in this winter weather. And it doesn't take a whole lot of time. I can just throw it in there and it bakes by itself, and once I've got the ingredients in, it's completely done. Another quick, easy one I found is yogurt. Yogurt is so expensive. I can do yogurt in my crock pot as well. I've learned to cook dried beans in my crock pot for a fraction of the cost that it would cost me to get canned beans. Sourdough, we've done sourdough on the counter before. I've gotten out of that habit, but it is so easy and so yummy. So just start thinking, make one small change at a time. What is the one thing that you can start making on your own from scratch this week that kind of interests you and will save your family some money? What's one of the big things that you buy all the time? What is one of the things that you spend a lot of money on in the grocery store that is an easy fix at home? So my last tip is to ditch the disposables in your kitchen. Now you guys have seen our birthday party videos and the fact that I buy disposable plates and cups and napkins in a variety of colors and themes for the kids' birthdays. But on a regular basis, I like to keep our house pretty free of disposable items. I've invested in a few of these microfiber cloths. They are great for cleaning your kitchen. They actually, in the long run, will save you a ton of money, plus they're very eco-friendly. Dish rags are another easy one. Invest in some high quality dish rags for doing your dishes in the sink. And last but not least, cloth napkins. You would be really surprised. You can find these at places like Tuesday Morning or discount stores, Homes Goods, TJ Maxx. You can find them for a fraction of the price, or use your Amazon points, which is what we did for some of our napkins. And they're a great way to ditch those disposable napkins at dinner time. So both of those 3 items are another way that I am saving money in my kitchen. So those are just a few of the tips and tricks that we use in our kitchen and in our house to help save us money in our grocery budget and our household budget. I'd love to hear if you have any ideas. How are you saving money in your kitchen or in your house? How are you budgeting in January? It's a new year, so I know a lot of us had the goal of saving more money. What are your tips and your ideas? I love learning for each other, so let's keep this conversation going in the comments down below. Give me some ideas. What are you doing? If this is your first time checking our channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow along in our journey. We'll talk to you later.